All right, my G's, hope you're all doing great. So just a quick one today and a little bit of fun. I just wanted to demo a little bit more of my preset pack Shadowzone, out now, on offer for the rest of this week, along with all my vital presets with your discount code Shadowzone for 20% off. All right, so I thought it could be fun to do something, a little composition which is not drum and bass, but more of a breakbeat kind of thing. So I've just used an Armin break at the original speed. And what I wanted to do, here's the Armin break first. And what I wanted to do was compose something where one new sound comes in every 4 bars, right? So we've got a white noise sweep that's in my preset pack as well, which is going to tie every 4 bar section over. So you've got this constant white noise sweep in the background, okay? That obviously sounds like this. All right, and then we're going to come in with some garage. I'm just going to play it for you. We're going to come in with some garage stabs, some brass, some lead, and then a couple of extra basses and a riser at the end. So let's have a little listen through, and then we'll talk a little bit more about the composition. Alright, so just a bit of fun. 7 of the sounds from Shadowzone all played together with no mixing done or anything, just composed in a way that they've all got a little bit of space, you know? So I came in first with the garage stabs, just playing a D, then jumping up to a sharp and backing down to an A again. And just repeating that basically. It's quite a nice little offbeat groove. And the first kind of stabs are a bit faster, and then these last ones here, I leave a bit of a longer gap between them, so you have this sort of changing in the kind of, changing in the motion. All right, so we just loop that. Then I come in with some brass in between. A bit of a slower, slower rhythm, but also, obviously the key is D, but I'm actually coming up to F with this melody. So if we 1, 2, 3, sort of a minor triad, right? And it's a new note that's not being played by the stab, so it adds a bit of extra interest there when the note kind of changes here, you know. And I'll drop down to a C sharp to give it like a bit of tension as well. Alright, just looping that. Then I come in with another fresh lead. This one, this is one of the nice ones, the Killer Bee lead it's called. And yeah, it just has this kind of like buzzy wasp bee kind of pitch to it, in my opinion, you know. So I just kept it simple for that one. I basically just kept the midis all in one note. If it wants to show up here, I'm not really sure, but it's all in D basically. I don't know why it's not showing up in the Logic right now, but yeah, just kept that in one note, you know. There it is. See, all just in D, and it's slightly off the grid here. I played it in myself, so it's slightly more humanized feeling, you know. So those bad boys. Yeah, so those bad boys all sit together on top of each other, you know. But next, I was sort of starting to run out of space. So I thought to keep things going, I'm going to have to delete some hits from some of the stabs in the brass so I can fit another new sound in the composition. All right. So here I use this next bass, which is one I quite like, and it's the 9-minute wonder. So just a little whelm. I fit that in with the beat. We have this first stab, and then goes back to the stabs. And I took a couple of stabs out here in the middle, so you can have a bit of a breather, so that there's like a call and response, you know. I left the lead on top because it wasn't really in the way. It's kind of just in the high end. And I took one of the brass hits out as well. So a bit more space in the composition, yeah? And I sort of repeat that then. And you know what? I've kind of messed this up completely here because I should have taken that stab out there. So I've completely messed everything up. Obviously, yeah, I hadn't copied things over properly. So it's going to sound even better now when we fix this. So this is me being a really professional YouTuber as usual. Just sort of like fixing things on the fly during the recording process, making you lot all watch me make errors. All right. So yes. Anyway, there's how it should be then in the end. Because this bass is quite energetic, it's got quite a transient on it as well, you know? So, yeah, having that gap in the stabs is important. Otherwise, you have two very punchy sounds fighting with each other. No one wants that, you know? It'd be like a terribly dangerous boxing match, you know? So here, as you notice, what I did for the next, the introduction of the next sound, which is another bass, and this one is called, is it the Hooded Infidel? No, it's not. It's the Timely Professor, of course. All the patches are basically characters in a novel. So the Timely Professor, I say all of them, not all of them are. Some of them would be great. I actually was reading a novel which had a professor in, and that's why I kind of copied it. It was The Secret Agent by Joseph Conrad, and there's the, I think he's called, he's not the Timely Professor, he's the, what is he called now? Am I going to go and get the book? And yes, I can see it. See, this is what you get in my YouTube videos now. You get just complete, me getting sidetracked and talking about utter nonsense. Not Chief Inspector Heat. I really don't want to throw this book away, because I'm going to have to, because I can't fit it in my bag anymore. But where is the professor? Oh, I know he's right at the end of the book, actually. He's one of the last characters in Left Alive. The professor. Is it just the professor? Oh my goodness, that was such a waste of time. I mean, surely he had another name at the beginning. I swear he had another name, it wasn't just the professor, was he? Maybe he was all along just the professor. He has a bomb attached to him. He's like an anarchist with a bomb. He's always got a bomb ready to go off. Anyway, so the Timely Professor, that's how he sounds. Anyway, and I left a gap for him in the composition by taking out one of those brass stabs and taking out the garage stab as well. But I left this last one in. So the Timely Professor ends just before the end of the bar, and then you've got a little garage stab coming in. Boom, boom. All right, so wonderful. So that then sounds a bit more complicated, but it kind of works. Obviously a little bit funkier with the amen break. Anyway, yeah, composition, a little bit of a composition video today, you know? Not going super in depth with details, more just toying around with some sounds and discussing composition just a little bit. Finally, this riser coming in at the end, the flange riser. I just knew I could fit that in the background over the top of everything without having to cut out more holes in the composition to fit new sounds, you know. But we've already got 7 sounds layered up there, and now I've kind of fixed it. Let's have one more cheeky listen to it. So there you have it, just another little example of how you could compose some music using some of the sounds in Shadowzone, and particularly how you could compose something for a genre which is not even drum and bass. So just a breaks kind of thing with an amen, you know. Perhaps I'll do tomorrow another video on composing something heavier for D&B, because most of the sounds in there are quite heavy and ready to be used for D&B, you know. But just for a bit of fun and a bit of a change today, thought I'd switch up the genres again a little bit. But anyway, that was just a fun little video today. Nothing too crazy, nothing too serious. Let me know in the comments down below if you've got any real problems with your production process with your mixdowns, or any like questions that you have, and I'll try to answer them in a future video. But apart from that, my G's, yeah, thanks to everyone for supporting me and grabbing my preset packs and all of that good stuff. There'll be more for me very soon. Take care. Much love.